So this is what we had originally in our car. It was a Hurst shifter, the wrong shifter, and installed wrong, and too far over.
All right, so starting back here again, we went ahead and got the old metal out of the center console area for the shifter, and that's what we have to deal with now. And our hump here, I mean, it goes kind of where it needs to go, but I don't know where center will be, because these are not obviously factory parts that I got. It's not NOS or anything. It's just from ground up 396 SS. So I need to go ahead and temporarily mount my new Hurst shifter to me and see where that is at. Kind of shift it around a little bit and try to figure out where center is going to be. And I haven't even taken these guys out of the box yet, so kind of come over here and see what we got here in the box. Miss Bianca's putting back the gauges together again. They look way better. Looks like a brand new panel. Did an awesome job, baby. Oh, hey, Riley, you coming time for boxing? You a little sad about it? Okay. Well, with the jegs to go ahead and get our shifters figured out. Kind of open it up already to kind of see what I had. And inside this here box. Get that guy open. Okay, well, I guess she's stuck there. Look at that beautifulness. So the bad news is I went ahead and purchased some stuff that I thought I needed. And it turns out I did need it, but the shifter that I got from them to work with what I had wasn't even going to work with this shifter anyway. So I had to reorder this whole entire thing and return the other shifter and ball back. So that's fun. So I guess it's confirmed what you need before ordering. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the plastic, and I think up there's my linkage, so give me a second here. Alright, so ordering these kits, you get your linkage, the mounting bracket, and they gave you bolts actually. I was kind of surprised by that. So that's all good. Went ahead and took out the packaging, and for a 69 Chevelle with console, this is a shifter you need, and the biggest difference with this is this nice little L here, and that allows it to go up in the hump, come over and out the hole where it should be at. Unfortunately, it doesn't really appear that this has its part number on here. So I'll have to go ahead and find that and put that link in the description over to Jegs. So that way anybody doing this can find out. Take care of our big gigantic hole over here in the Chevelle. I was originally going to go ahead and cut out the bat and just kind of take what I need off of this guy and put it on that guy. But then I just realized, you know what? I can go ahead and drill out those, what are they called? Welding spots. I can't think of the name. Either way, so the overall goal is to go ahead and remove that hump that's kind of in despair. I think I gotta bend some metal up here on the top up there. Kind of see there, it's kind of just dished down a little bit. And then go ahead and put this over here and probably clean up the bottom side and along the top side. I'm going to go ahead and weld it in. The welder or spot rivet, I don't know. Either way, I'm not going to rivet it in there, and I'm going to go ahead and weld it all the way in. Just going to do spots all the way around it and then finish it all up. Clean it, run some primer over it, and then go from underneath and probably get some seam seal at some point in time or some sort of sealant. And go from the transmission side and go ahead and clean that up there and kind of put the seal inside. So that way water doesn't get inside there and cause rust issues. So I'm going to go ahead and get at it and drill out these holes. Little spot welds. That's what they are, spot welds. I'm going to drill those out and see where we're at with that. Alright, so I got this mess out. A lot more spot welds than what I thought there was going to be. I also did find a number on here. See if I can zoom in. It's too much. So it says Z18, I want to say. 032, so I'm going to do some looking on the interwebs and see what I can find there. But there was really no saving that. Kind of sad to get rid of, you know, the sealant compound that was around it. But overall, I think me just kind of getting that one in place is going to be far better than trying to manipulate this one back into place and make it look better than what it is. So, next journey is to go ahead and get that fitted better. It seems to rock to one side or another. There's some metal work here that I gotta do. It's not exactly flush up here anymore, and I was kind of concerned about it because I saw the shifter, well, the old piece of metal that was here, and it was banged in on top. So I think I'm gonna take this, move that out of the way, and probably correct a lot of this and just try to get a level across it to get it to be flat again. And then I'm probably gonna get my welder out and just kind of go in here and fill in some of these holes with weld, just so that was a little bit better. And then get that guy, put it over here, form fit it, hammer it into place or whatever I need to do, weld it in place, and then hopefully kind of be done and install a shifter and be good to go in that aspect. Kind of temporarily installed, and I'll tell you what, guys, that looks amazing. You know, when you're installing a shifter, you know what really makes it really convenient is being able to do that. So the instructions only showed a couple bolts here being installed. There's a faceplate. Let's try to show you here. So this faceplate only installs with 3 bolts. I'm not sure what transmission that is, but I had a 4th ability to go ahead and install a bolt there, so I went ahead and installed that on the mounting plate. So I have 4 bolts holding it in total. And then this here only gets installed with 2 bolts. I mean, these guys know what they're doing, so I'm going to trust that and leave that alone. I don't really have an option. But she is center line. I do like the presentation of the shifter as it comes up and over to you. That makes it convenient. And then get this guy back over there. And that's how it kind of wants to sit. Obviously, I'm not going to put my business in there crooked. So we're going to have to manipulate the metal a little bit and figure out where is a good center point as opposed to what used to be here and what we're trying to put here now. Now, that's kind of where she kind of ideally should sit, I feel. But I got to work the gears. Maybe kind of bring it back over here because that's as far right as it's going to ever go. But coming over left, I mean, it doesn't come over that great. So I got to watch that clearance right there. And then once I figure out where that's going to be, go ahead and start tack welding, test it again, and then start doing some finalization there. I'm going to get some cover plates or some covering so I can cover up the transmission while I go ahead and weld all these little spots up. Take care of that, and then put this guy on there, manipulate the metal a little bit, probably beat the crap out of it, to be honest, and then get that formed, and then spot weld it all the way around, and then weld it to where it's got a seam around it of weld, and then finish taking out all this crap, and hopefully try to get the interior back together sooner than later. We have a lot to put back together. We have a lot of parts here, so get on with it. We are here on a rainy Sunday afternoon, and we've made a lot of progress. Miss Bianca is doing the underlayment for the car. Bianca! Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, and my butt crack.
Oh, goodness. But we went ahead and got all this inside there. Got that guy welded in and taken care of. Got all this taken care of. We're going to go ahead and heat gun some of this. I'm not really worried about it. The majority of it will fall into place as time goes on. Got our cutouts for the center console. And we got our holes drilled